Hey Cowboys Nation! Welcome back to the channel where we bring you the latest and greatest news about America's team and the NFL. If you're a fan of the Dallas Cowboys and love diving into the details that really matter, you're in the right place. Today, we have an electrifying topic that has already started shaking the foundation of the NFL. Chase Young joining the Dallas Cowboys defense. That's right. One of the league's most feared and dominant young pass rushers is now suiting up in the silver and blue, and this move is poised to turn the Cowboys defense into a nightmare for offensive lines across the league. So let's break down everything you need to know about this blockbuster signing, why it's such a big deal for Dallas, and how it might completely change the dynamics not only in the NFC East but across the entire NFL. Now, before we get into the nitty-gritty of how Chase Young fits into the Cowboys' defensive scheme, it's important to understand who Chase Young is and what makes him so special. Chase Young was the number 2 overall pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, and his rookie year made waves from the moment he stepped onto the field. Playing for the Washington football team back then, he quickly established himself as a game changer. The combination of his raw power, speed, and football IQ made him one of the most feared edge rushers in the league. He was relentless in pursuit of the quarterback, able to bend around tackles and explode through gaps in a way few players can match. Alright, his rookie season stats speak volumes: 7.5 sacks in just 13 games before a knee injury cut his season short. Despite that, he earned Defensive Rookie of the Year honors, showcasing how much impact he had in such a short time. Everyone saw him as a rising superstar, and many believed he would be a cornerstone defensive player for Washington for years to come. Unfortunately, injuries can derail even the most promising careers, and Chase's knee injury was significant. However, his rehabilitation and comeback have been closely watched, and reports suggest he's back to full strength and eager to prove himself once again. Now, with the Cowboys signing him, the stage is set for Chase to bring his elite pass rush skills to one of the league's most exciting teams. This signing is a huge signal that the Cowboys are not just content with their offense carrying the team. They want a defense that can disrupt games and change momentum. Let's talk about why this move is so vital for Dallas. The Cowboys have long been known as a powerhouse on offense, with stars like Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, and Tony Pollard lighting up the scoreboard year after year. But when it comes to defense, it's been a mixed bag. They've had some very talented defenders such as Micah Parsons, who himself is a rising star and relentless pass rusher, and Demarcus Lawrence, who has shown flashes of greatness. Still, the team has struggled to generate consistent pressure on opposing quarterbacks. In today's NFL, where passing is king, having a defense that can get after the quarterback is crucial to sustain success. Without pressure, quarterbacks have too much time to find open receivers, and defensive schemes become less effective. So, adding a player of Chase Young's caliber directly addresses one of Dallas's biggest defensive needs. What Chase Young brings to the Cowboys defense is a rare blend of explosiveness, technique, and versatility. He is not just a pass rusher, he's a disruptive force. His ability to beat offensive tackles one-on-one means the Cowboys no longer need to rely solely on complex blitz packages or stunts to generate pressure. Chase can create chaos on his own. Moreover, his versatility allows the Cowboys coaching staff to use him in various roles. He's lining him up as a defensive end on one play, then standing him up as an outside linebacker the next, confusing offensive coordinators and giving the defense the element of unpredictability. This kind of flexibility is gold in today's NFL because offenses are constantly adjusting and innovating. Being able to adapt and present multiple looks without losing effectiveness is key to defensive success. Beyond his physical skills, Chase Young also brings an intangible leadership quality. From what we've seen and heard, he's a hard worker with a professional mindset who sets a tone for the locker room. His presence can elevate younger players, especially someone like Micah Parsons, who has already shown how dominant he can be. Imagine the kind of pressure this tandem can put on opposing offenses. Having two elite pass rushers who feed off each other's energy can turn a defense from good to downright scary. So another important factor to consider is how Chase Young's addition will affect the Cowboys' defensive scheme under coordinator Dan Quinn. Quinn is a defensive mastermind, known for creative blitzes, disguise, and aggressive tactics that aim to confuse quarterbacks and offensive lines. With Young and Parsons on the edges, plus a solid interior defensive line featuring players like Neville Gallimore and Tristan Hill, the Cowboys have the personnel to run multiple fronts and blitz packages without sacrificing coverage. This could mean a more aggressive and dynamic defense that can pressure quarterbacks from all angles. Offensive lines will have to be much more disciplined and creative in their protection schemes, which naturally leads to more mistakes and opportunities for turnovers. Looking beyond the Cowboys themselves, the signing of Chase Young has significant ripple effects across the NFC East and the entire league. The NFC East has always been a competitive division, with the Eagles, Giants, and Commanders all trying to build strong teams. But by adding a player like Young, Dallas has made a statement that they are ready to dominate this division on both sides of the ball. Opponents will now have to game plan not only for Dallas's explosive offense, but also a fearsome pass rush that can change the course of games. That's a big shift. The Commanders, who previously had Chase Young, will have to figure out how to replace the impact he had on their defense, while the Giants and Eagles will be looking at a Dallas defense that is suddenly much harder to move against. This move, therefore, not only boosts the Cowboys, but also reshapes the strategic landscape of the division. Fans have been buzzing nonstop about this signing, and it's easy to see why. On social media, Cowboys Nation is electric with excitement, sharing everything from highlight reels of Chase Young's best plays to the bold predictions about the team's prospects next season. Some fans are understandably cautious given Young's injury history, but the overwhelming sentiment is optimism. Fans are excited about the prospect of a defense that can stand toe-to-toe with any offense in the league. The pairing of Young with Parsons is being called a pass rush dream team and a potential game changer for the Cowboys franchise. Experts, former players, and analysts alike are weighing in, many agreeing that this could be the missing piece Dallas needed to become a serious Super Bowl contender. Of course, there are some challenges and questions to consider. Now, no player is immune to injury, and managing Chase Young's health will be critical. The Cowboys' medical and training staff will need to keep him in peak condition to ensure he can play at the highest level week after week. Additionally, chemistry on defense takes time to develop. Integrating a player of Young's caliber into an already talented defensive group requires patience and coaching. But with Dan Quinn's experience and a strong locker room culture, Dallas seems well positioned to get the best out of this addition. So, what does this mean looking ahead? If everything goes according to plan, the Cowboys defense should take a massive leap forward next season. Expect to see more sacks, more quarterback pressures, and a much more aggressive and confident defensive unit. That kind of pressure can flip games, force turnovers, and give Dallas's offense more opportunities to shine. When a defense can make life miserable for opposing quarterbacks, it takes the pressure off your offense and creates a balanced team that can win in all phases. All things considered, Chase Young joining the Dallas Cowboys isn't just a headline, it's a potential turning point. For years, the Cowboys have been searching for that dominant defensive force to complement their offensive stars. This signing signals their intent to build a championship caliber team that's tough on both sides of the ball. For Cowboys fans, this is a reason to be hopeful and excited about the future. The combination of a high-powered offense and an elite pass rush could make Dallas a nightmare for opponents and one of the most compelling teams to watch in the NFL. So, Cowboys Nation, what do you think? Are you ready to see Chase Young wreak havoc in the trenches? How do you think this signing will impact the Cowboys' playoff chances next season? Drop your thoughts and predictions in the comments below. I want to hear your takes. And as always, if you enjoyed this breakdown, be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more exclusive Dallas Cowboys content. Thanks for watching, and remember, how about them Cowboys?